Hari Om, Namaskaram to all of you. In that video regarding emotional connect, once again, somebody has forwarded her views. This is Mahima Sialappa. She is in United States. She has written a very beautiful note. No doubt it's a bit long one, but you can just see it in the Facebook also. I am just reading it once. Dear Guruji, loving pranams at your divine lotus feet, beloved master. I am grateful that you are bringing this conversation into our FB Gurukula. This is one of my favorite topics in life. I feel that generational cycles of trauma and emotional disconnect come from the fear of vulnerability within ourselves and with others. We are afraid to confront ourselves with love and be seen by others for who we are, even if it is by those we trust. It takes immense courage to be authentic and honest. I am learning this from younger generations today. Especially between a parent and a child, I believe it's because parents who were once children and young adults themselves were not taught how to intentionally, authentically and compassionately introspect on oneself and how to gracefully accept their shortcomings and put efforts towards changing themselves for the better. In the case that they are aware of this, in case that they are aware of this upasana of introspection on one's strength, flaws, desires, dreams, pains, biases towards others and conditionings, they don't know how to go about sharing and talking about those things with their children in a constructive and an open manner. They have come to believe that vulnerability is always a weakness and should not be shown, or that it only means exposing one's flaws. I have a lot of empathy for them because their life seemed to be a lot about escaping poverty, surviving, slowly climbing the ladder of life to prosper and change the fate for themselves and therefore future generation. Their struggles to build a better life now allow youth like me to sit comfortably in my home and explore deeper things beyond survival. I am ever grateful for their sacrifices in order to bring prosperity into their lineage. Of course, those sacrifices and difficulties bring their own consequences, of which I believe a few of them include emotional stunting and unresolved trauma, experiences that haven't been processed psychosomatically, both in mind and body, and then get perpetuated unconsciously or consciously through the process of parenting. Thank you for encouraging authentic emotional connection. It is truly most necessary in a world that is experiencing great violence, hunger, thirst, poverty, mental health issues, crime, and so many other struggles as it always had. The more we all emotionally connect with ourselves, the more we will be able to be loving, compassionate, joyous towards ourselves and others, work for our communities and serve others, and think big instead of selfishly and collectively steadily uplift the world to whatever extent possible. We can help to make the human experience better for all. Loving gratitude to you always for being a trailblazer, master. We are blessed to be yours. Mahima, Mahima, Mahima. Very beautiful. She has gone through everything and she has analyzed. From emotional connect, she has brought in various aspects. Life itself should be very authentic. Then only it will be honest. Unless we are very open in expressing our feelings without any inhibition, whatsoever it may be, among ourselves, to the sources to which it can be conveyed. We can't convey everything to all the sources. Where we find comfortable, where we feel it is not going to be used against us. Because the world is full of selfishness. Whether you like it, you do not like it. In one way, parents will be selfish. In another way, children will be selfish. Neighbors will be selfish. Friends will be selfish. Lovers will be selfish. Partners will be selfish. Yes, it is full of selfishness. So beyond these barriers of selfishness, there must be some sources to which we can be very open. She has already said one point. The point is, their parents would not have probably brought them up in such a way where they can be open. In fact, those days it was more of a normal living and they wanted to live a normal life. It was more materialistic. The question of mental health was not there those days. Not this much of problems of mental health. These problems of mental health today we have as soon as there is a large increase in material wealth. When there is an increase in material wealth, there are problems concerning mental wealth. Those days, there was no opportunity to talk about all this. There was nothing available. People will be very normal and they will be discussing certain very normal things at home. Never there was an opportunity for the parents. Mahima, you should understand one thing here. There was no question of mental health those days. Very rarely here and there may be one or two cases. So the opportunity for the parents to talk about it itself was not there. And it was limited to material wealth. Because they were always short of things. They wanted the children to be much comfortable. They cannot think anything beyond that. See, there must be a problem to discuss about the problem. Today we are talking very openly about many things because today the mental health issue has come up. And everybody is undergoing something in their home at some point of time, either their own children or neighbors' children or somewhere relative, something they will be hearing, and a lot of mental health issues are there. Like that, those days they didn't have much mental health issues. There was not much. So the opportunity to discuss such things was not at all available. So naturally the parents could not think anything beyond that. This should also be noted. Life has to be lived with authenticity. I agree with you. Life means it is authentic. Life must be authentic for it to be honest. With authenticity, when we live life, it is a very truthful life. Maharishi Rajar used to say, to err is human, to own it is divine. Errors do happen in life. Everybody commits. You commit, I commit. It's not that I am beyond errors or mistakes just because I am sitting in a guru's seat. It doesn't. Everybody commits. Okay. Some way or other we will be committing, some mistake will be there. There is no doubt about it. But to own it is divine. Unfortunately, this aspect of vulnerability of owning a mistake was not there. That was absent. Absolutely, it was absent. Even in normal things, the elders never trained the youngsters to accept mistakes, because in the first place, the elders themselves were not accepting it. Even in normal household things. This is what I have observed with many of our own elders. When the children point out something to the elders that you are committing a mistake, they will just put down the child by saying you do not know anything. Sometimes the kids will very beautifully point out, because the kids are very natural. They are untampered, unpolluted. They are not corrupted. So when the kids point out something, the elders will not accept it. They will simply put it down. Their ego or whatever it is. Who are you to say? That is the attitude they had. As a result of which they will put it down. If the elders had a mentality to own those mistakes, even though it is pointed out by an youngster or a kid, then there would have been a great shift in their thinking. Then authentic living comes. You are very honest. When you accept it, you become honest. But many of the elders did not have that. And all the more a mental issue was also not that. But today also, if such a mental issue is there, mental health issue is there, how much the elders will be prepared to accept that? Will they be prepared to accept that and bring about reformation in their own behavior? Whatever damage has been done would have been already done. We cannot do anything about the damage which has been done. Yes, we have to correct that damage. We have to see that at a later stage. But if they bring that particular aspect of the elder accepting or owning the mistake what has been committed, openly acknowledging that yes, I have committed a mistake, then an authentic living comes. Then there is a lot of honesty in the person. There will be, yes, there is a terrible amount of change will be there. There will be a lot of change in the person. So, the elders of today also, though they have not learnt all that, at least they should learn to say, yes, sorry, yes, this has been committed. Maybe it might have damaged. It might have damaged a life also. There may be some resentment also on account of mental health issue. But when they go down and say, I'm sorry, we did not notice this, we need not see this coming. It's a genuine mistake. It's not a deliberate one. It's not a deliberate act on our part. Why they are doing this? Because of love. Love is always therapeutic. Like life to be authentic, love is therapeutic. Anything, love and compassion will always be useful in life to solve many problems. That is where a question of compromise comes. Compromise comes because of love, because of compassion. One can lead a life without compromise, saying that I am not going to compromise. I am living a very individualistic life the way I want. Absolutely nobody can stop that person from living that life. But if there is some love and compassion added to it, that will become therapeutic and it will become a cure for many of the maladies to become melodies in life. So love is therapeutic. So that love is the most important factor wherever a mental health issue is there. Yes, they may say so many things. If you go to doctors, when mental health issues come up, they say so many things. This has happened because of emotional disconnect, or genetically it was like this. All these things they will be saying. But if somebody can compromise and come down in their stance and look at life more wholesome and not partially, okay, love can be a sort of service. Love is service. Love and compassion are service. Service to humanity. If I cannot serve my own parents, or if I cannot serve my own wife, if I cannot serve my own children, I am serving the entire world. What is the use? So love begins at home. So this therapeutic love, if it can be done as a matter of selfless service, then there is some meaning and purpose of a life. Then life becomes authentic. Authentic and honesty. Honesty means not being brutal. See, in Vedas we say, Satyam bruyat, Priyam bruyat, Satyam apriyam na bruyat, Priyam chana anrudam bruyat. Speak truth. Speak truth sweetly. Just because the truth is there, don't say. Don't say if it is harsh. Don't express truth if it is harsh. Satyam apriyam na bruyat. Priyam chana anrudam bruyat. Just because it is sweet, don't tell a lie. When truth is very harsh, don't speak this. I have seen some elders, they speak truth, but it is very harsh. A very harsh truth should not be spoken. It should not be said. Okay. So, if he is a very lovable person, if that person is a very compassionate person, he will not express a harsh truth. Even though truth was harsh there, even though it is truth, he will not express it. But many of the elders have committed this mistake in the past. Even in the present, there are a lot of elders expressing the truth in a very harsh way, which will affect the sentiments, which will affect the mind, which will affect the heart of many people around. Just because you have spoken truth, you are not going to get a visa to the heaven. Please remember. Have you understood? Whether you have conducted truthfully. Speaking truth is easy, but conducting as per truth is very difficult. We can always speak truth. There are a lot of people speaking truth nowadays, but if they go into their life, they will not be leading a truthful life. Understood? So, love becomes therapeutic. The love has to be used in all permutation and combination. In all permutation and combination. If you really want to solve many of the problems like poverty, people don't have food to eat. They don't have. They can't get even 1 square meal a day. Food to eat, people don't have. We have. Today I was reading some news. It said that some 1% or something, I don't know the exact percent, some 1%, 2% of the entire global wealth, 99% of global wealth is with just 1 or 2% people. Rest 99% don't have it. So everybody will be handicapped in some way other than those people. And please remember, just because money is there, it doesn't mean that they are happy. Just because you don't have money, it doesn't mean that you are sad. This is the truth. Money alone is not going to give happiness if love is not there. If love and compassion is not there, then there is no point. Life is waste. There is nothing. The other day somebody was telling, Guruji has already given us these rakshas. See the mentality of people. He has just distributed it to me free when I was there. I used to tell people who cannot afford, we give free. Incidentally, if you have taken 1 raksha free, then you must sponsor for 3 rakshas for those people who cannot afford it. Is it not? That's the way you conduct life. You don't say, I have already taken. This is the kind of mentality people have. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate I have to talk about this in this media. If you really love the service what your master is doing, you will participate in it in some way or other. We have to be with the master. Service, because love is service. Service is love. That is why I say love is therapeutic. It cures any type of mental health. If love is sincere and if love with perseverance is there, it will have a result. It will have a result. So the emotional connect. Many families there is emotional disconnect. There is no connect at all. No connect. How much ever the parents love the children do not reciprocate. Some places the children love the parents a lot. The parents are like dead wood. There is no love. There is no emotional connect. Yes, many times you will all be going for cinema, drama, pilgrimage, all that. Yes, you will be going to some national parks, this, that, beaches. That doesn't mean that you have emotional connect. Please remember, just taking the children to different places is not going to bring that. Are you in conversing with the child? How much you are conversing? As you converse, are you able to know what the child is thinking? How its methodology of thinking? How it feels? What are the different types of feelings the child has? Right from the younger days. The child looks at various things and it reports back to the parents because of the emotional connect, because of talking. As you talk, not the 24 hours talking, at least 1 hour, 2 hours, sit with the child, talk to it. You will come to know various things. In fact, you can learn better things as elders. There where emotional connect comes, not just getting an ice cream, going for a cinema. Yeah, you can go for a cinema. I don't deny that. You can go on some trip, some picnic, amusement parks. You can go. There is nothing wrong. You have to enjoy all that in life. But that doesn't mean that it is going to bring you an emotional connect. Only when you talk with the child and don't allow the child to be alone to itself for a longer period of time. Not allowing the child to keep on playing. Yeah, today, nowadays, lot of distractions is there. You can't say mobile has come, computers have come. There are a lot of distractions for the child. You can't say all that. You have to find out ways and methods. The way computer has come, they have invented computer. Like that, you have to invent new ways and methods to keep that emotional connect with your children. That is very important for good mental health of the child. There is no doubt about it. You have to do it. If you can do it, yes. I agree with Mahima on all these points. I don't deny. But please remember, Mahima, those days we did not have these issues. Many a time, the parents were only discussing about probably money, probably comfortable living, because they didn't have all that. Most of the time you have to study, you have to come up in life, you have to be in a good position, you have to earn money. We have a lot of debts, you have to only clear it. All these things, because there was no mental health issue. And the kids were also quite obedient enough and they did not have any distraction. And they were, so today's parents have come up with that mentality and that brought up, because those days no such issue was there. Today's parents are learning on both sides. They are learning with their children and they are learning with their own parents also. Because nowadays parents also, the grandparents, they are not comfortable if you just give them a house to live, just put them somewhere in India, you stay in US, you just give them periodically money. No, they are not happy with all this. Now they have become children. They need emotional comfort. They need to be emotionally taken care. So today's parents, both ways, they have to also, they learn from children, they also learn from their own parents. There are many things they learn. God bless you all. Thank you very much. Just felt like talking a little bit with you all. Thank you. Bye.